Mother Teresa said many years ago, and I was privileged to meet this amazing woman repeatedly, she said that one hallmark of deep poverty is that people cannot help themselves to get out of it, and that they need someone else to help them. And I think this is the level of poverty that we are talking about in Achungo. The fact that there is a 70% unemployment rate in the area, which is even higher in rural areas and higher still in the province of Nyanza, which is about 7 hours away from Nairobi. Many young girls and single women resort to prostitution to provide an income for themselves, and that people are very uneducated about health, about medical issue, about transmission of AIDS, and that is another contributing factor for the vast number of AIDS orphans in this area. The children at Achungo are cared for by several volunteers. Some of them have an education as teachers and also teach them during the day in a corrugated iron building that Michael has leased on a piece of land. The children only have the one uniform we saw. There's nothing else. And for those that looked a little closer, those uniforms need to be renewed very, very soon. The teachers do the best they can under very difficult circumstances, and Michael is very grateful that he has them to help him care for the 110 orphans. In the Rodi area, there are about 1,000 orphans that are not properly cared for. And if the orphans that Michael cares for were not taken care of in the orphanage, they would be roaming the streets or maybe even be dead. Michael has a comprehensive vision for Achungo. He wants to build a community center with a school, with an orphanage, with vocational training, with care for the elderly, a center that serves everybody in need in this community.
That's my future plan, that we can have a home which is built and all the facilities put. At the same time have classrooms for the children to learn. Then I think I will give all glory to God.
What gave you the idea to start Achungo?
I was motivated, and given the fact that I was a Christian, I was touched, and I wanted to help the orphans. So because we wanted the orphans, we wanted to prepare them for a great future, we wanted to make them self-reliant. We decided to give them education also.
We want to support Michael very much in his concept of making Achungo a self-sustaining community. And our exit strategy basically is that we make them self-sustaining like we did with the well. We jump-started them. Saratoga Federated Church gave the funding for that. But Michael now charges, which is very customary in Africa, a very small fee for people that get their clean water, and that money is enough to pay for the electricity bill. And that is the model. I wrote that repeatedly to Michael. This is how we plan to work with him. Jumpstart them, and then expect that they handle what was given to them with responsibility, which Michael does in a wonderful way. We need to have toilets and bathrooms now, and we are working on that. So clothing, shoes, and school materials. So far only the teachers have a textbook. Pencils, paper, very, very basic things are needed. And we also need funds to follow up on the medical recommendations of Dr. Phil Strong that he expressed in his excellent report on the health
and
assessment
as far as we
of
know,
the children.
This is the first time that information about these kids has actually ever been written down.
Michael also urgently needs school materials, desks, chairs, more space. Those would be some of the immediate needs for education. And Michael himself knows how life-changing education has been for him, because he was given an education by a good Samaritan, as he says. Out of the 110 orphans at Achungo, 85 are between the vulnerable ages of 3 and 7 years. truly unable to care for themselves and very much in need of somebody providing them with food, shelter, clothing, education, safety, and a place to sleep at night. Wow, that is a very precious thing you give to the children. Giving to the orphans at Achungo and the reliable and trustworthy person that Michael is really makes a decisive difference in the lives of the orphans that are given a chance to become contributing members of society by receiving an education, by growing up with some health care and having the essentials in life. Children are the future of any country and culture, and this is not any different here. So by donating to Achungo, we all can truly make a very significant difference in these people's lives, both the children and the adults, and at times it may well be the difference between life and death.
We are clapping.